everybody and welcome back to the Blossom Crochet channel. In this crochet tutorial I will be showing you how to make this absolutely beautiful blanket. So this is a really easy one. It's a 1 row repeat and it's also very quick to make up because it's made using treble crochets. So that's UK treble, so which means they're nice and tall, which means your project grows really quickly. So it's probably one of the quickest and easiest blankets and stitches to make. So as I say, it's a 1 row repeat. You can use absolutely any yarn that you like and just use whatever hook size your selected yarn recommends. But we're just going to jump straight in with this super easy and super quick crochet stitch. So as always, you'll start with your slip knot on your hook and you want to chain a multiple of 4. So you'll chain multiples of 4 until your project is the width that you want it to be. So to chain, yarn over and pull through. It's 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if you just chain your multiple of 4. Okay, I've just done a chain of 40 for my sample piece. So we're going to work back now and we're going to skip 4 chains. So you're going to skip 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then into this 5th chain we're going to do a UK treble. So do please remember I'm using UK terminology. So for the entirety of this project I will be saying treble, so because these are going to be UK trebles. But in the US this is called your double crochet. So you'll yarn over, insert into that 5th chain, yarn over and pull up. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then back into that same chain you'll do another UK treble. So yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And then into the very next chain you're going to put 2 trebles again. So your very next chain you'll put 1 and 2 trebles. Sorry if you can hear that noise, the cat's just decided that she wants a big drink. At this point we're going to skip 2 chains and then into the 3rd you will do 2 trebles again. So 1 and 2, and then again 2 trebles into the next chain. 1 and 2, and again you'll skip 2 chains and then 2 trebles into the next. It's 1 and 2, and then 2 trebles into the next chain. Wow, she's having the biggest drink in the world. And then again you'll repeat that all the way along, so skip 2 chains and then 2 trebles into the next and 2 trebles into the next, skip 2, 2 trebles and so on and so forth, and I will meet you as you get towards the end of your row. Okay, so I'm at the end of my row now. I've done my final 2 sets of trebles and I've got 2 chains left, so I'm going to skip 1 chain and then put a treble on its own into that very last chain. So that is how you should look at this point. Now if you're carrying on with the same colour you will turn your work and then you will insert your hook into this very first stitch, go through the whole of the stitch, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through both, and then go behind the vertical post of that stitch, yarn over and pull up, and yarn over, pull through both. And that is where I will meet you in just a second. So like I say, if you're carrying on with the same colour, that is what I will want you to do. However, I'm going to be changing colour because I want to change colour each row for this sample. And so if you're changing colour, you will stop with 2 loops on your hook on that final treble. And obviously you can change colour whichever way you like. This is just how I like to change colour. So I'm just going to pull that new colour through, chain 1. Okay, so if you've changed colour, we're then going to turn and we're going to do exactly the same as what I just mentioned if you were carrying on with the same colour. So you'll do that exact same stitch. Okay, so then we've got our 2 little groups of trebles. So we're going to be working into the top of the middle 2. So we've got a group of 4 and we want the middle 2. So you'll skip the top of this first treble here and you will work your 2 trebles into the next treble. So 1 and 2. And then you'll put your next 2 trebles into the second one of those middle 2. So you see we've got 4, we've worked 2 trebles into the second, and we'll put 2 trebles into the top of the third as well. 1 and 2. And then again you'll skip to your next group of trebles and you will work in the centre 2 trebles once more, and you'll do 2 trebles and 2 trebles. So you'll skip 2 and then 2 trebles. 1 and 2 and 2 trebles into the next. And then again skip 2 so that you're working in the centre 2 trebles, and you'll literally work that all the way along until you get towards the other end, where I will meet you in just a second. Okay, so I've worked that all the way along. I've done my final groups of trebles, and then I want to work my very final treble into those skipped chains from the beginning of our foundation chain. So we've got the top of our treble here, so we're going to skip that. You're then going to skip the next chain as well, and you're going to work into the following chain. So you'll skip the treble, skip the first chain, and work into the next chain. And you'll just finish with a treble on its own. And again, that is how you should look at this point. Now again, if you're continuing with the same colour, you'll turn and you will work up that treble height stitch into that very first stitch. Or obviously you can chain 2, it's totally up to you. And then again, we will be ready to move on, but as I'm changing colour again, I'm going to change colour. So let me just redo that stitch, and I will stop with my 2 loops. So again, I'll just pull my colour through and just chain 1. Then again, I'm ready to turn, and in that first stitch I will just work up that treble height stitch once more. And then again, you will do the exact same thing as the last row. So this is your row repeat now. I just wanted to do an extra row just to really firm up the start and ends of your rows. So we've got our treble height stitch here. You'll skip 1 so that we're working into the centre 2 trebles, and you will do your 2 trebles and 2 trebles. That's one set, and then into the next stitch. Whoops. And then 2 trebles in the next stitch. And again, you'll skip 2 and repeat. So you'll work that all the way along, and I will meet you one final time at the end of this row. Okay, so the end of this row is ever so slightly different because obviously we're not working into skipped chains this time. We will simply be putting 1 treble on its own into the top of that final stitch. So it'll be that little funny chunky stitch that we did at the beginning of the last row. You will work your final treble into that stitch. So again, that is how you will be looking at this point, and you can repeat that row now as many times as you need to until your project is the size that you want it to be. So I really do hope that you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, please do remember to give it a thumbs up, and also to join me again for another tutorial really, really soon. But thank you as always for watching, and bye for now.